Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mansa Queen. If this is your first time here, you were absolutely welcome. Feel free. To my returning subscribers, you guys already know I love you. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm dressed up like an African queen. Oh yes. And what does that tell you? On the menu today, I want to take you all back to the motherland. Yes, this recipe is called puff puff in Nigeria. In the Gambia, we call it panket. In Ghana, they call it another name. I'll write it on the screen. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but it is probably one of the most common African snacks, African street food. Yes, at least in West Africa. It is so common, it is easy to make and tasty. Anyone in the family can absolutely enjoy it, okay? So as you can see, I'm rocking my cute peplum shirt. I got this from an Instagram vendor. Yes, I will put her name on the screen so you guys can check her out. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. This is just me supporting other black-owned businesses out there. So yes, without wasting much of your time, let's get right into making a puff puff recipe, okay? Let's go, guys. These are the ingredients you would need to make your puff puff. Here I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and I have 1/3 cup of sugar. You can use up to half a cup. This is 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and this is what I use. This is the nutmeg that I use. If you don't use nutmeg, you can substitute it with cinnamon. It's also very delicious. Here I have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're going to start with 1 cup of water, and I also have half a teaspoon of salt. This is the yeast that I'm using today, instant yeast, and this pack is an equivalent of about 2 teaspoons, so that's how much instant yeast you need. So here we go, let's get started. Now in a bowl, I'm gonna mix my dry ingredients. First, I make sure that I sift my flour. It's very important. I do this each time I'm baking anything, each time I'm working with flour in general. Puff puff is very easy to make, yet you can easily miss the recipe. So I am making sure that you get the perfect puff puff when you follow my recipe. I'm gonna add in the sugar to the flour, and also comes in my yeast. And here is my ground nutmeg, some salt. Then you just want to give that a good stir. Make sure all the ingredients are combined together. Now create a well in the middle and add in the wet ingredients. Here is my vanilla extract. You can use any flavor of your choice. Now we're going to start with 1 cup of warm water. It is important that it is warm. You cannot use cold water or room temperature. It has to be warm, not hot, but warm. Very important. Now this is after I mixed in 1 cup of water. As you can see, our batter is too thick, so I am going to start adding by tablespoon because I want this recipe to be perfect. Now here is my tablespoon, and I'm going to measure out 1 tablespoon, add it, then mix it. I want to make sure that if anyone tries this recipe, they will get it. Now this is the 2nd tablespoon of warm water, and as you can see, the batter is loosening up a little. Now I'm adding the last tablespoon. Now that makes it 1 cup and 3 tablespoons of water. Can you see the consistency? It is not runny, it is not too thick. This is exactly what you want. So follow this measurement exactly to the T, and you would come back and thank me. Now you want to cover that with plastic wrap, and you want to let it rise for about 45 minutes. With the yeast that I'm working with, it only needs about 45 minutes. You can leave it up to an hour, and you want to keep it in a warm place. So since it's winter and it's cold, the perfect environment is inside my oven. Now what I did was keep my oven on warm, and then I turned it off about 5 minutes before I put it into the oven and let it sit there for 45 minutes. So it's been 45 minutes and I'm ready to start frying my puff puff, and I'm using pure canola oil today. You can use any type of vegetable oil, it really works. Do not use olive oil, please, because you're going to need to deep fry this and you're not going to have a good end result. So here is my batter. You can already see that it has doubled in size. And while our oil is heating up, we're just going to give this a quick stir to release all that excess bubbles that's in there. As you can see, our dough is nice and stretchy. This is exactly the consistency that you're looking for. You can see that it has loosened up a lot and it is really stretchy. This is the perfect time to fry your puff puff, and you're assured that you're going to get it right. Okay. All right, so to test if my oil is hot, I'm going to put in a wooden skewer, and if it bubbles, then I know that it is right. You can scoop your batter into the hot oil using one of two methods, and this is an ice cream scoop. You can use this to just scoop up the batter and drop it into oil, or use your hands. Now, I am more comfortable and quicker working with my hands, so as you can see, I have washed them and I'm going to use it. So this is an art. That's what a lot of people say. To get that round puff puff shape, as you can see, I'm squeezing that batter between my index finger and my thumb. That's the best way I can explain it. My sister tries, but she could never get it. It is so funny, but I find it easy to work like this. But like I said, if you find it easier, please use a scoop. Yes, use an ice cream scoop, or you can even use a measuring spoon to scoop it out. That way you get more even balls. So as you can see, all I'm doing is dropping that batter into the hot oil, and you want to make sure that your oil is not too hot. So my stove is on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, and I'm frying on 5. So all you want to do is get a wooden skewer. Again, you don't want to take anything that can mess up the balls. So just get a wooden skewer and keep flipping them. This is going to ensure that you get an even fry so that your color is going to be nice and even. So as you can see, a few minutes into frying, you can see the colors changing, and there's always going to be those few balls that just wouldn't stay in one place. You always have people like that, right? I know my mom is going to be like, that sounds like you. So it's been about 5-6 minutes on medium heat, and I have achieved the perfect color that I'm looking for, and I am sure that by this time my puff puff, my panket, is cooked well through, and as you can see, it is looking so gorgeous. You guys, this is best served right out of the grease. As always the case with fried foods, it is best when it's sizzling hot. Well, careful not to burn yourself. But yeah, this is what our puff puff is looking like. This is the first batch. I had to separate them because you don't want to overcrowd your wok. So this is what it looks like. It is so delicious, guys. If you have never tried it, please give it a try. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fry the rest of the batter. It's not a lot. As you can see, the first batch was more. This recipe makes about 3 adult servings. Well, it all depends on how many puff puff the adult eats. But yeah, this is the perfect measurement that I use to make my puff puff at home for myself, my husband, and my 2 little girls, because they don't eat a lot. And as you can see, it is nice and crunchy on the outside, and on the inside it is so moist. And above all, it does not soak any oil at all. That's how you know that your batter is right. Now our taste test. Ooh la la. Can you guys see the inside? And you can see it's still hot. Oh yeah. It is so good. This tastes pretty much like a donut, but not a sweet. Yes. It is very similar. So now, if you have kids, and a lot of my friends here in the US like to enjoy theirs with a drizzle of confectionery sugar. Yes, that powdered sugar. And guys, I have to confess, it is so good with the sugar. Oh boy, you will love it, especially kids. This is so good with a hot cup of tea or a hot cup of coffee. You will be where in La La Land. Guys, again, this is one of the most famous African snacks out there. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, stay safe. I love you all. Bye.